This is how you write the names and formulas for covalent compounds. Covalent compounds could also be called molecular compounds. And in molecular compounds, electrons are transferred between nonmetals. So you'll notice that in molecular compounds, it's all going to be composed of nonmetals, those elements in the upper right-hand corner, plus hydrogen. And the naming system uses prefixes to indicate how many atoms of each element are present. So the little bit here that says the more electronegative element goes last, what that means is the element that's furthest to the right or furthest up goes last. So on the periodic table, and that's kind of a messy drawing I did there for you, but on the periodic table, the upper right-hand corner is going to be the most electronegative, and that doesn't really mean a whole lot to you right now, but that's the order in which we write them. Generally, it'll be written to you in that correct order. And so the prefixes that we used are listed on the side here. Most of these you already know: mono for 1, di for 2, tri for 3, tetra for 4, penta for 5, hexa for 6, hepta for 7, octa for 8, nona for 9, and deca for 10. We see these things in everyday life around us. These are prefixes that are familiar to us: a tricycle, the pentagon, the heptathlon, the decathlon, an octogenarian. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but someone who's 80 years old. So those prefixes will tell us how many atoms are present. So in the example here, we've got 2 sulfurs and 3 oxygens. And so our prefix system is di-sulfur trioxide. So we still keep that IDE ending, but then we add the prefixes. Now, if we have mono on our first one, we drop it off. So our example next, CO3, instead of saying monocarbon, we just drop that off. We say carbon trioxide. If we look over here, we've got 2 carbons, we have 4 hydrogens, so it'll be dicarbon tetrahydride. Hydrogen becomes hydride when we write it out. So let's look at this example here. I have 2 sulfurs and I have 6 fluorines, so it'd be disulfur hexafluoride. Okay, down to the bottom left, we've got nitrogen and chlorine, so trinitrogen dichloride. And then our next example, silicon and hydrogen, so disilicon octahydride. So relatively straightforward. These are naming systems that you've seen before in biology and previous science classes. The key is we just have to memorize our prefixes here. But again, most of these prefixes you already know, and you just have to refresh your memory as to what those are. The other thing to keep in mind is that if mono is the first element is mono, we drop that mono off. We don't say monocarbon trioxide. So there we go. That's our naming system for molecular or covalent compounds.